Second Extinction, the game that was revealed in the Xbox showcase that was supposed to capitalize on all your dinosaur needs, and then it just quickly and quietly vanished. This game was almost dead as soon as it launched. As the second month of this game being released, it immediately lost 72% of its player base, and it has never gotten it back. Now, to figure out why it lost the 72% of its player base, it doesn't take much effort to find out the main reasons. Now let's talk about one of the biggest reasons this game immediately lost most of its players, and that was lack of content. In fact, to this day, this game still has a lack of content problem. Since this game launched in early access, because yes, this is another early access unfinished game that launched, it has only gotten 4 big updates, including one that just released, the newest one, which was supposed to be the best and biggest update this game has ever seen, and it was the most lackluster update because it only added 1 new mode, 1 new character, and some seasonal contracts and rewards, which those are usually skins and materials and they don't really matter that much. In fact, just for you guys, I'm going to tell you guys and show you guys exactly what was in the biggest and newest update of this game, and you're going to see how lackluster it really was without even having to ever play this game. So the first thing they added was a new mode, which is a Horde Mode. So basically you're just going to be shooting dinosaurs and surviving as long as you can in hordes, and it's kind of like Zombies mode in Call of Duty and that type of style, but it's like it's very boring and gets repetitive because there wasn't much effort, honestly, I don't think, put into this mode because it's very basic. And one problem that is in this game is each character has their own sets of weapons, even in survival mode. So in survival mode, you're gonna be like going to this terminal to buy upgrades and new things, but by like round 6 or 7 you're gonna be having tons of money and you're not gonna really be spending your money that much on the necessary stuff because you're gonna have your gun, you're gonna have your secondary gun, and you're gonna have your like equipment because there's not many options. Like you get like 2 to 3 primary guns and like a couple secondaries, and you're gonna know which one you want from the main game because you already know which one you upgraded because you have to upgrade your guns outside of the modes. But anyways, there's very few options to buy, so mostly you're gonna be buying ammo, medkits, and turret ammo, and that's basically all you're gonna be buying. So your money is going to just keep on going up, and the money and buying things don't really matter. And the waves just they do get hard, but it's mostly bullet spongy enemies. Like there was this T-Rex and I had to shoot this T-Rex. Me and my teammate had to shoot this T-Rex for I don't even know, like 5+ minutes for it to die. And that mode, I played it one time, I probably won't ever play that mode again. The next thing is the new playable operative hero, which is always good. Unfortunately, none of the heroes are really interesting and had any interesting dialogue. Like they talk a lot, but they don't have anything interesting to say, and they're quite boring, these characters. So they're not like, they don't have like personalities and interesting things like, let's say, Overwatch characters or Left 4 Dead characters, and that is another problem with some other games. But anyways, the new hero adds some new stuff. By new stuff, I mean mainly their new abilities, but this new hero has very similar abilities to one hero that's already in the game, so it makes them less interesting. The next ones are full crossplay, which is, crossplay is cool, don't get me wrong, but that's not necessarily something that should be in a big highlight for the biggest update of the game. Then we have augments, which are kind of cool, but they're really just stat changers, so not really that interesting, but can help you out. We got in-game voice chat and matchmaking lobbies, which again, it's still a good thing to have in the game, but it's not necessarily something that you're gonna go, wow, let me play this again for the in-game voice chat, because that is a highlight in this big giant update. We have a new wardrobe function, which basically means that you can actually see, which doesn't really matter because you're gonna unlock them from either crates, which are random, so it really doesn't matter if you can see them or not because you're not gonna get the one that you want most of the time. And then there's contracts that you can do to complete to get the skins, and you can see the skin on the contract, but most of the skins that are in the contracts aren't really the coolest ones. You're gonna have to get the coolest ones from crates, which it doesn't matter because you're not gonna be able to see them before you get them. Well, I guess you are gonna see them and you're gonna be like, I want that, but then you have to get it from a crate and you're gonna be like, I don't know when I'm gonna get that. I probably won't even play long enough to get that. And you know what, most people don't play this game long enough to get any of them, so none of that matters. Next, we have new seasonal contracts and rewards, which basically contracts are just like these challenges that you complete, like kill 15 raptors with the shotgun, and those are basically the contracts, but it's like different ones. You gotta do like these things that you're already going to be doing anyway, but you just accept them and you'll get rewards like extra materials to get new upgrades, or sometimes the contracts will be skins, and skins are probably the best ones because you're actually earning something that you'll notice a difference in, and upgrades are easy to get anyway. And honestly, for that being the biggest update this game has ever gotten, that is a pretty lackluster update, and basically an update that added a whole lot of nothing. I mean, if you play the game a lot already, which very few people do, maybe you're going to be excited to play on the Horde mode and play that one new character, but other than that, you have nothing else new to do, and this game has been out for a year, and that is the best update, apparently. It says biggest and best update of the game, and that is it. And for that new update, that one new mode and character and the rest of the things that they added, it took them 6 months in total, so half a year to get that update out. And since the game released back in October 2020 in early access, the game has only gotten 4 updates, 4 big updates that added content. That's almost as bad as Red Dead Online, with Red Dead Online getting 4 big updates since December 13th, 2019. Before this video, that is neither here nor there because we are not talking about that game right now. Second Extinction, though, it has other problems. One of them being the characters. They are not interesting, which is unfortunate because if you're going to have this system where, you know, you're playing, basically it's a hero system. Let's just call it that, a hero system where each character has their own set of weapons and abilities, and you're picking that character. And let me just say, games that have characters like this, they need to be interesting. Like Overwatch's characters, they each of Overwatch's characters are interesting, and well, most of them. I'm not going to say all of them because there are a few that aren't interesting, but most of them. Left 4 Dead has interesting characters. This game does not. But anyways, let's move on to the next thing. The missions. They're mostly the same. They get repetitive and boring, with the missions mostly being go here, press this, defend this, in that order too. So the missions, they're not really the best. You're just going to be pressing a button to activate something and then defend something and then move to another location, do the same thing until you have to head to extraction, and then to get to extract out of the mission, you're going to press a button, stay there, try to survive, and then get in the ship after a couple minutes. There is some progression with weapons where you can upgrade them, but within around 9 hours, I fully upgraded most of the guns. Well, most of the guns that I used. Any gun that I didn't use, I didn't bother upgrading, even though I probably have materials to upgrade them too. So this entire time I'm looking into this game and playing this game, I'm searching for a reason to keep playing, and I just couldn't find that reason, because the only thing that is supposed to keep you going in this game, the main thing that I think they put in here to keep you going, is dinosaurs. And for those of you that don't know what I said, because I had to bleep it out, because you can't even say that word on YouTube anymore. That's twice I had to bleep that word out. Well, I don't have to, but I don't know what YouTube's gonna do if I say that word, because you're just not supposed to say killing. So I'm gonna say the main gameplay loop is brutally putting dinosaurs to sleep, and that is, you're just running around doing that all the time, doing these boring missions, these boring repetitive missions, and there's not even much variety in the dinos. There's hardly a variety in the dinos, may I say that. because I mean there is a couple, but most of them are the same, and the most dinosaurs you're going to be fighting anyway are going to be raptors. That's mostly what you're going to be fighting, with a T-Rex here and there sometimes. But anyways, and then even when the T-Rex comes, it's completely ruined instantly, because I was playing this mission and I knew something was coming up, and then the T-Rex, it kind of like broke open the door or something, and there it was. I'm like, oh my goodness, a T-Rex, it's gonna be dangerous and hard to kill, and then this happens.
Don't let them get close.
Trust me on this one. Don't hold them off until I'm done.
Deploying pheromones. Fire on the road! Excellent marksmanship. Hopla!
There! That's where this one is vulnerable.
Deploying sentry trap. Masking set.
Basically, what happened to this game is it launched in early access with not a whole lot of content or development on the game. So when people played it, they got bored of it pretty fast because the lack of content, and they stopped playing and waited for an update. But the updates were few and far between, and they barely added anything, so fewer and fewer people kept coming back, and eventually the game got to where it is today, which actually it's been like this for a while now, with barely anybody playing it. In fact, last time I checked, there was around 60 people playing this game, and let me just say that is a very low player base, and this game hasn't even fully released yet. It's still in early access, and it already has these numbers. This game is barely surviving, and because the updates are few and far between, and the content that was added wasn't enough to bring many people back, so unless they add something completely crazy or bring an actual massive update and a huge amount of content to this game, well, it's going to have the same fate as the dinosaurs, and it's going to become extinct. Anyways, that's all I can say for this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Leave a comment, tell me what you guys think about Second Extinction and why you guys think no one's playing it. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because you want to be subscribed, and I'll see you guys next time.